So today we're going to review how to work with the neurologist on a robot in conducting an NIH stroke scale at the bedside. Mr. Jones here is actually an actor. He's one of our leaders for our Mercy Neurological Institute, and he's going to perform as our patient. He is just come in with stroke symptoms from home, and they started sometime this morning. His wife is en route, as happens in many cases, and so what you have is a patient that you now need to get a fair amount of information for and get prepared for when the neurologist arrives by robot. So, Mr. Jones, can you kind of tell me what happened today?
I got up from breakfast and had a hard time standing, and I couldn't move my right side, and I had a difficult time speaking. And that was about 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay, so it was 8 o'clock and you were eating breakfast, right?
Yes.
And when you got up from the breakfast table, were you able to walk at that time, or did you find that when you got up, you couldn't get up?
When I tried to get up, I couldn't get up.
You couldn't get up.
But I was okay before I ate breakfast.
Okay, great. So what time do you think that was when you sat down at the breakfast table?
Sat down about 7:45.
About 7:45, okay. Yeah. So right now it's 5 to 9, so we are just about an hour and 10 minutes into your stroke. Does that seem about right?
Yes, seems about right.
Okay, okay, good deal. Super. So I'm going to do an exam. We have a neurologist that's going to come to see you. We have technology at our facility. It's called telemedicine. We do not have a neurologist on site right now here at this hospital, and so I wanted to let you know that this neurologist is going to come on via a robot, and he's going to talk to you through a monitor. And it's real time. You'll know who he is, and he's going to be talking to you, and you're okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, great, good, great, super. Okay, so, Mr. Jones, can you tell me what your age is?
I'm 54.
54, okay, great. And do you know what month this is?
I think it's May.
May? Okay, just to let you know, it is June, okay? So on the NIH stroke scale, having conversation with Mr. Jones, you can see his level of consciousness is a 0. He's very alert and seems to be oriented. It's the month he did get wrong, it's June, and please remember that when you ask the patient questions, they only get one opportunity to answer it correctly. So for level of consciousness, Mr. Jones will get a score of 0, and for level of consciousness questions, since he got the month wrong, he gets a score of 1. Okay? Now, Mr. Jones, could you please close your eyes for me? Now, can you open them? Super, great. Now, I'd like to have you make a fist with your hand, and let's use your left hand, okay? Great. Now, can you open it? Super. Okay, so on the NIH stroke scale for level of consciousness commands, he was able to close and open his eyes. He was able to make a fist, so he gets a score of 0. Okay, now I want you to look at my finger here. Now, I want you to follow my finger without moving your head, okay? Can you look to the left? I want you to come back to the right. Okay, and back to the center. Super. Mr. Jones was able to look both to the left and to the right, so he has no gaze palsy, so he gets a score of 0. Okay, now I'm going to check the vision of your eyes, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up some fingers, and I want you to tell me how many you see. But I want you to look straight ahead at my nose, okay? Great. Don't look at my fingers. How many fingers do you see?
1.
Okay. How many fingers do you see?
3.
Okay, great. How many fingers do you see?
3.
So the visual fields are normal on both sides. What I'd like you to do now is, could you smile, show me your teeth? Show me your teeth. Okay, great. Now I want you to raise your eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows, not your eyes, your eyebrows. There you go. Now close your eyes real tight. Close your eyes real tight. There we go. Good job. Super. So for his facial palsy, there was just a little bit of droop on the right side, but he was able to pretty much open his mouth and show his teeth. So that's really a partial facial palsy. It's not a complete palsy, and it's not a, actually it's a minor palsy, minor paralysis, because it was just a little bit, but when he talks, his lower side of his face does move. So he doesn't have a partial facial palsy, he has just a minor. So he gets a score of 1. Okay, I want to check the strength of your arms, okay? And when we do the motor exam, we use a drift. And so what we're going to do is ask Mr. Jones to raise his arm here. And so could you raise your arm up? And I always have them extend their fingers. Could you put your palms down for me? Many physicians sometimes will do palms up. You can do either one. I do palms down. And if you could hold that for the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, very good. Great. Now, Mr. Jones, can you raise your right arm at all?
No.
Oh, you got a little bit. You got a little bit. Can you hold it up? Can you hold it up? Let me help you. Let me help you. Okay, can you put these fingers out?
No.
Fingers a little weak here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But your arm, can you hold this arm up when I let go? Can you hold it there? No. Okay, now can you try to move your arm again? Okay, there is a little bit. So you notice with the motor exam, he's able to have some resistance against gravity on this right side. So that score for the motor on the right arm is a 2. And the score for the left arm is a 0 because it was normal. Okay, I'm going to do the same with your leg, but we're only going to do it for a count of 5, all right?
Okay.
So can you raise your left leg for me? Hold it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Now can you bring your right leg up? Bring it up. No, can't. Can I help you? Okay. Let's try to bring this up. Now I want you to hold it there. Let's see if you can hold it there when I let go. Okay. You'll notice with this motor exam, the left leg is normal, gets a score of 0. The right leg, he has some resistance against gravity. He's able to kind of bring the leg up a little bit, but he's unable to hold it up for any length of time. So that right leg gets a score of 0, and the right leg gets a score of 2, and the left leg gets a score of 0. Okay, now Mr. Jones, I want to do a test here, and I want you to use your index finger of your left hand, and I want you to touch my finger, and I want you to touch your nose, touch my finger, touch your nose, touch my finger, touch your nose, touch my finger, touch your nose. Great. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to do this with your right arm because you can't really move it too well. All right, so now with your left leg, I want you to put your left heel on your right knee. I want you to run it down, all the way down to the bottom of your foot there, all the way back up, all the way back down, all the way back up. Okay, good deal. Let's see. Can you do it with your right leg? Are you able to get that over? No. Okay, with the scoring ataxia, if a patient's motor exam is too compromised to be able to do any of the testing, you can't really score whether they have ataxia or not. Therefore, you can see with the left side, he was able to perform the exam, so he has a 0, and the right side he's unable to perform because he can't really move his right arm and leg. So with the ataxia on the NIH stroke scale, he gets a score of 0. Okay, now I want to check your sensation, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch both sides of your face, and I want you to tell me if it feels the same, all right? Can you feel that?
Yes.
Can you feel that?
No.
Feel that?
No.
Feel that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I'm going to touch your arm here, okay? Feel that?
Yes.
Feel this?
No.
Feel anything?
No.
No? Okay. Now your legs,
Yes.
feel that? Okay. Do you feel that?
No.
Don't feel anything over there?
No.
Okay, great. So you saw with this sensory exam, he was normal on the left side, and he has absolutely no feeling on the right side. So he gets a score of a 2 on sensory for total loss of feeling on the right side. So I've got some pictures here of some objects, and I'd like you to tell me what you see. Can you tell me what this is?
Hand.
Okay. What about here?
Pencil.
Okay.
Couch.
Okay. See this here?
Tree.
See these? Do you know what those are?
No.
No? How about this down here?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, great. Now I'd like to have you read these sentences.
You no. Down to earth. I got home from work. Near the table, in the dining room. They heard him speak on the radio last night.
Very good. And can you say these words here? What's the first one?
Mama.
Good.
Zip top. 50-50. Thanks. Huckleberry. Baseball player.
Very good. Now, can you see this picture okay? Can you kind of tell me what's going on in this picture?
This kid's falling. It's just somebody's in the kitchen.
See anything else?
No.
Okay. So when we score Mr. Jones here on his language, and you'll notice that he has some loss of fluency. He's able to say some words, but he's not able to really carry on deep conversations or read sentences real fluently. He's also was unable to really kind of tell you what was going on in the picture. And as you saw, the identification of objects, he was not able to name any of the objects. So for language, he's pretty much, because you can understand him and all, he's got a moderate aphasia. So he's going to get a score of 1 on the aphasia. And as you're doing the exam and as you're talking to Mr. Jones, you can already know how to score him for slurring of speech or dysarthria. And he has some mild slurring, but you can still understand him in most cases. So he gets the score of 1 on dysarthria. Now we have our final exam, which is testing for extinction or what we call neglect. And you do that using a double simultaneous stimulation. And so what you do is you ask the patient to close their eyes. Mr. Jones, can you close your eyes, please? And what I want you to do is I want you to tell me which side of your face I'm touching, okay?
Mm-hmm. Left side. Left side. Left side. Left side.
Okay, great. Keep your eyes closed, and I want you to tell me what arm I'm touching, okay?
Left side. Left. Left. Left.
Okay. And keeping your eyes closed, I want you to tell me what leg I'm touching, all right?
Left. Left. Left.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Jones, I want you to look straight ahead at my nose, and I want you to tell me when you see a hand move. All
Okay.
right? Okay?
Now.
Okay?
Now. 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 Now.
Both sides?
Yes.
Both sides?
Yes.
Okay. So as you see, his visual fields are such that he can see both sides move when both sides are stimulated. Therefore, he's only got neglect in one modality, in his sensory. So he gets a score of 1.